ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, chat. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Gentlemen, let's get pumped up. You all know what to do. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. Let's go! Woo! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, this is going to be a blast. This is going to be a ton of fun. Oh, this is going to be good, chat, as we're going to get ready to rock and roll here. Heat race number 1 already on the board here as, man, heat race number 1 underway for us this evening for another night of wild racing action with the HCK Beagles Super Speedway Series. And then once again, we got the Xfinity cars on the racetrack. This time, we're at the iRacing Super Speedway, and we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose as heat race number 1 about to get underway. It's Jonathan Herbert starting on that pole position. To his outside, the 7 ride, that is Devin Rowland. Then we see Eric Stoy, Ryan Peterson, Dustin Rowland, Joshua Whiskey, Ryan Bass, Austin Hester, Steven Naylor, Joshua Moore, and Jesse Calloway bringing up the rear of the field here as the green flag is out and about for heat race number 1 as quickly Devin Rowland gonna put the pedal to the metal. He's gonna try to run away here and lead this field as you can see them bouncing around, beating and banging down the bottom side of the racetrack here. That 87 ride of Jonathan Herbert getting a little bit too low, getting a good piece of that yellow line and bouncing around. This is a very, very tricky racetrack. A ton of banking here in this one. A ton of banking, which makes this a very, very tough racetrack, especially side by side, 2 wide, 3 wide. But they're going to try it no matter what as the 87 up the racetrack. Jonathan Herbert hard up into the outside fence. He's going to collect that 28 ride of Joshua Whiskey. And a couple of drivers already tore up badly here in heat race number 1 as Ryan Peterson is going to lead the first lap. From near the rear of the field up to the front of the pack, here is that 51 ride of Joshua Moore as Moore up into position number 2 here, getting a good push from that 4 ride of Eric Stoy. Stoy right there trying to help him out. Down on the bottom side, you see Devin Rowland trying to get to the back bumper here of that Ridge Power Sports 469 ride of Ryan Peterson. And here comes the 34 of Jesse Calloway in that Liquid Death number 34. The 5 ride right there as well, the Kellogg's number 5. That is Ryan Bass as you see them shifting around the racetrack. Man, it seems like these guys are carrying a ton of speed around this racetrack. Coming out of those corners, you can see them jostling around, moving around the racetrack. Looks like they got their hands full. And once we get the full field out there on the racetrack, is hang on to it, Ryan Peterson. Up the racetrack into the outside fence. He's going to collect Dustin Rowland. Austin Hester collected in that as well. Tons of damage for the 1 ride, the 78, the 469. You also saw the 7 ride of Devin Rowland get collected in that as well. Devin going to keep on rolling here, but another big one here in this one already. Some heavy hits. You see that 469 ride down the bottom side. Just unfortunately washes up the racetrack, and that's how quickly these things happen. And unfortunately for Austin Hester, just nowhere for him to go here as we get another look at it here. We're going to jump right on board with that 1 ride. We'll see how quickly this happens, and just nowhere for him to go, and that car is destroyed. See the motor blow out of it there and everything else, and a tough break for that number 1 ride as a lot of tore up race cars. See Devin Rowland slow on the racetrack here. He's thinking about trying to get that car down pit side here on the front stretch as Out in front, it's still Joshua Moore. Moore continues to lead the way. He's got a pair of the Crown Royal rides right there behind him. That's Eric Stoy and the 5 ride. The pair of 5s coming together down into the inside wall. They both go. Heavy damage here for Steven Naylor. Heavy damage for the Kellogg's number 5 ride, Ryan Bass, as things getting wild here already in heat race number 1 as the white flag has been displayed. So one more time around here for Joshua Moore, as Moore trying to break the draft here a little bit, trying to block and trying to keep these drivers at bay, as Eric Soy right there with them. Jesse Calloway, our 3 drivers left on the racetrack here, as Devin Rowlands worked himself up into 4th by just staying out there on the racetrack, as the 51 ride down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. They're going to drag race back down to the start-finish line. Who's it going to be? Side by side, a little bit of contact. 3 wide across the line. No, 2 wide, but it's Eric Stoy picking up heat race win number 1 over Joshua Moore. Jesse Calloway in the rest of the field that's just been absolutely torn to shreds. You see the 7 ride of Devin Rowland still rolling out there on the racetrack in position number 4. We saw a lot of carnage there in that first heat race, and I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of it here to come, as 51 ride going to destroy his car there after the race. Having a little bit of fun out there on the racetrack. Gavin says, we back. Yes, sir. Garrett Sear says, let's go. Johnson cheering him on. My boy Andrew Hainsley coming in with that like and the share on the stream. Kevin Winker coming in with the like as well. My boy Gregory Turner coming in with that share on the stream. If you guys haven't already, make sure you guys hit that heart reaction, hit that like button, hit the share, hit the follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Man, oh man, oh man, some crazy action here in heat race number 1. Heat race number 1, absolutely insane. Tower operator, how are you? Coming in showing the love, says good evening. Joel Moore says, hey Bruce, what's good? Joel, how are you guys? How is everybody doing here this evening? If you haven't already, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that subscribe button. Currently at 400 subscribers over on YouTube. I like to see us continue to grow more and more and more, and maybe hit that 500 subscriber mark. You know, the more likes, the more comments every single stream has, the more and more it's going to get pushed out to more people, and the longer you're watching, the more it's going to get pushed out as well. We have a new teammate for Hainsley Motorsports, number 38, Michael. Number 38, Michael Eckhart, Mr. Michael Eckhart is a new teammate as well for the Hainsley Motorsports. Okay. I'll have to try to keep that in the back of my mind. As we're going to get ready here for heat race number 2. As heat race number 2 about to get ready to roll out onto the racetrack. Starting on the pole in that 24 machine, that is Andrew Hainsley. Into his outside will be the 17 machine of Frank Ranger. Starting in position number 3 in the 25, that is Matthew Jones. Into his outside in the 998 ride, that is Corey Budensick. Starting in position number 5 in the 761, that is William Fox. Into his outside in the number 12 ride, it's the Gatorade machine of Austin Johnson. Starting in position number 7 in the 38 ride, that new driver for the Hainsley Motorsports machines, that is Michael Eckhart. Into his outside in the number 04, that is Ambrose Kimball. You'll see Cody Stanton out there on the racetrack as well. Stanton quickly onto the gas pedal, rolling up to where he's supposed to be on the racetrack. And back here in 10th, you see that Burger King number 39 ride, that is Josh Freed. Then you see the 88 ride, that is Zachary Stanton in that Mule Burger. Custom Homes number 88 ride, and Devin Winker in the Mule Burger number 42. A new looking ride here for that 42 machine, looking very sharp with the W Energy on that back bumper for Winker, as he's going to start at the rear of the field here for heat race number 2. 12 more drivers getting ready to go to battle here at the beautiful iRacing Super Speedway. We're going to get ready to set these drivers loose in just a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we got 15 people watching right now on YouTube. We've only gotten 6 reactions, so if you haven't already, make sure you hit that like button on the stream. Drop a couple comments, cheer on your favorite driver, as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose here for their second heat race of the evening. Gregory commenting, his friend John Hughes getting him in here. Gavin Johnson coming in, says let's go, number 12 in number 69. Mr. Turner coming in with that like reaction on the stream, coming in, showing the love here as we're going to get ready to set these drivers loose and go back to green flag racing. As the green flag out in the air here at heat race number 2 is underway. Andrew Hainsley out in front, looking to get a good shot down the bottom side of the racetrack as that high side starting to get broken up quite a bit here. Here comes that 998 ride, trying to work himself to the front of the field, and he's gonna make it work. But here comes the 15 machine, the Muleburger number 15 of Cody Stanton, jumping out to the front of the field, and you can already see a few more of those Muleburger rides trying to work themselves up to the front, as here comes that number 42 of Kevin Winker. Winker on the back bumper of the 39 ride, trying to push him towards the front of the field. Here you see Cody Stanton right there with him, and Zachary Stanton as well, as those Muleburger rides starting to come together here, looking to try to use some teamwork to maybe jump up and snag heat race win number 2 on the evening, as 3 wide. Back down across the start-finish line. 3 wide here at the amazing iRacing Super Speedway. Is the 42 machine trying to go from the rear of the field to the front of the pack. Is that number 42 ride hooked up on the high side, but what a run here as well for the Burger King and number 39 machine of Josh Freed, as Freed out in front leading this way now, but here comes Austin Johnson. Johnson now going to jump up to the middle here, looking to clear that number 39 ride. He's going to be able to clear him. He's going to jump back down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Look to get some good drafting from the front nose of that 39 as they're spread out still 3 wide around the racetrack here. A little bit better of a heat race this one, not as much contact, and so far we haven't seen any big wrecks out there on the racetrack, but man, these guys are putting on some great moves and putting in some great action here as Corey Budensick, there we go, one driver turned around. That's the 12 ride of Austin Johnson. Now you see the 39 getting a little piece of that one, the 38 with some pretty heavy damage. That's Michael Eckhart up into the outside fence here as well. No caution flag on the racetrack, is out in front. The 42 ride leading the way here, that is Kevin Winker, as he's got Corey Budensick down to his inside. The Stanton brothers right there behind the 42 ride as the Muleburger machines starting to line up together here, trying to run away with heat race number 2. The 42 out in front, Zachary Stanton, Cody Stanton right there, Matthew Jones into position number 4 on the racetrack, and some contact. The 88 ride almost goes around, hang on to it. Zachary Stanton up into the outside fence, some heavy damage for that number 88 machine. You see Ambrose Kimball rolling up on him here now, looking to try to pick up another spot. Fortunately, he's lost the draft here, quite a ways behind that lead pack, and definitely not what the Muleburger Ryans wanted to see was their teammate having some issues. But Kevin Winker, though, continues to lead the way, as here comes the 15 machine of Cody Stanton right back to his rear bumper. The 25 ride of Matthew Jones looking down low, but now he's going to take a peek up high, trying to get a little bit of help here from William Fox in that 761 ride. Fox going to go up high here in the corner, as these are some wild corners at this racetrack. Some absolutely wild corners. Yo, my boy Skylar Pruitt coming in, showing the love. Pruitt coming in with that sub-anniversary, 11 months of being a subscriber here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Absolutely insane, brother, coming in with that 11 months of being a part of the PeaceMaker sub club. My boy Derek James Moore coming in with the like on the stream as well. What's good, Mr. Moore, coming in showing the love as the white flag has been displayed here. The checkered flag gonna come out. The 42 machine is gonna pick up heat race win number 2. Oh my gosh. Oh, 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 oh. Woo, woo, woo. Oh Oh my gosh, Miss Spasmodic coming in with the Prime sub, dropping the Prime sub over on Twitch, coming in, showing the love. Safira #1 coming in, dropping that follow over on Twitch as well. Wowzers, you guys are incredible, coming in, showing all the love and everything else, as you guys are absolutely insane. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate you guys coming in, showing the love with the subs, the gifted subs, and everything else. You guys are always going crazy. It's definitely some hype right there as Heat Race #2 gonna come to a close. Yo, Canuck Gamer coming in, showing the love, says, woo, I made it. I'm watching on my 55-inch. Looks so amazing. Let's go, Peterson. Ouch, that's rough. There's definitely some rough hits out there on the racetrack, but I'm glad to see that you're in here, Canuck. I'm glad to see that you're got it up on the big screen, baby. The 55-inch, getting to enjoy some wild racing action here with the HCK Beagles, brought to you by South Georgia. Can't read the rest of it. I think it's Motorsports, the South Georgia Motorsports, something like that. As, man, some crazy racing action. We saw some wild hits there in our heat races, and things are just getting started as my boy Gregory Turner, Mr. Turner, coming in with the 100-star dono as well. First-time star sender coming in, dropping the bomb, says, awesome job with the broadcast, my man. Absolutely, Gregory, absolutely, my boy. It's always my pleasure to put out such amazing content after, you guys make it look easy for me, okay? You guys make it look easy. Sometimes it's a little tough, but you guys always make it easy with just some wild racing action out there on the racetrack. Boy, that 12 is driving like he stole it tonight. He was. I think it jinxed them, though, Gregory. I think it jinxed them. Let's go, Big Johnson. Big D, the Big D machine. As we got this field lined up and ready to rock and roll here for our main feature event, starting on the pole in the 4 ride. It's the Crown Royal machine of Eric Stoy to his outside in the Muleburger Custom Homes #42. That is Kevin Winker. Starting in position #3 in the Liquid Death #34. That is Jesse Calloway, and to his outside in the Muleburger Custom Homes #15. That is Cody Stanton. Starting in position #5, I do believe in the 5 ride, is Ryan Baste, and to his outside in that 761 ride is William Fox. Starting in position #7 in the, I couldn't even tell you here, looks like the #7 ride of Devin Rowland. And you also see Matthew Jones up there in the 25 ride, the 24 of Andrew Hainsley. Corey Budensick out there on the racetrack as well with Ambrose Kimball, Austin Hester, Dustin Rowland, Frank Ranger Jr., Michael Eckhart. Then you see Ryan Peterson in that Ridge Power Sports 469 ride back there in about the 15th position. Joshua Whiskey, Zachary Stanton, Jonathan Herbert, Austin Johnson deep in the field here with Josh Freed, Stephen Naylor, and Joshua Moore rounding out the field here are 23 drivers, as it looks like our boy Gregory Turner not jumping out onto the racetrack here for this main feature event, but looks like he might be playing the eyes in the skies. As we are going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentation, as we are quickly green flag racing here in this one, the HCK Beagles Super Speedway Series back underway here. As man, oh man, we are in for a treat. As man, this has been some wild racing action so far. These heat races were absolutely insane, and you can see them already getting spread out, but some good pushes here towards the front of the field. Canuck Gamer coming in, dropping that follow over on Twitch as well, coming in, showing the love over on the purple site. Miss Spasmodic coming in, says, let's go. Ridge Power Sports #469, Peterson, and the 87 ride of Jonathan Herbert. Cheering on those Ridge Power Sports machines on the racetrack. Once again, a huge shout out to Miss Spasmodic coming in with that subscription, the Prime sub coming in, showing the love. I appreciate you in coming in, showing the love here in this one, as Man, some great racing action here tonight. These drivers putting on a show as the 42 ride leads lap number 1. That's Kevin Winker out in front. Cody Stanton, his teammate in that Muleberger number 15 ride right there in position number 2. And then you see Fox right there pushing them. Matthew Jones right there as well. And then we get into a little bit of the side-by-side as Eric Stoy down on the bottom side of the racetrack. See Jesse Calloway and some contact deeper in the field, and maybe the big one happening down here. The 51 ride, a more in there. The 39 ride collected as well. Oh no, a lot of tore up race cars. Joshua Whiskey caught up in that one. Ambrose Kittenbull, the 5 ride of Steven Naylor. Looks like Jonathan Herbert gonna go down pit side with some damage. We'll see Austin Hester with some damage as well coming down pit side. To see the front bumper about to fall off Jonathan Herbert's machine. There's a bunch of tore up race cars here. And no caution flag. Wowzers, no caution flag. Oh, no, we did get the caution. Thank God. It was hiding on me, Chad. It was hiding on me. We're going to play it back, though, and see what happens. Happened a little bit farther front of the field here. Not sure who it started with. We'll take a look here as Austin Hester, a piece of this one. Oh, a little 3 wide and then a big bump from the 78 ride. Since Hester up into the wall as well, going to collect a few more drivers. We'll jump right on board here with Josh Freed and see what he sees from the driver's seat. A bit of a big wreck here, and I don't know, that was a little bit too tight of racing. 3, almost 4 wide, and then just nowhere to go for a lot of these drivers getting collected and just trying to avoid it. And, oh, they're coming up and down off the apron. Definitely going to do a lot of damage to your car. You definitely don't want to do that too much. As we'll jump on board here with Ambrose Kittenbull as he gets a good look at this one as he's right there just a little bit behind our race leader. We'll get another look at this one and see what happens here. Is yeah, same thing with Kittenbull, and slides back up across the racetrack there. Just oh no, and Steven Naylor comes in and gets him right there, head on into the 0-4 ride. Oh, he was almost cleared. He almost saved it with the 4 ride, or the 0-4, but unfortunately Steven Naylor comes in and nails him right there, and head-on collision as we'll get these drivers down pit side, get some service done to their cars. There's a lot of drivers down here getting some work as we'll get ready to stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing as Kevin Winker out in front. Cody Stanton there in second. William Fox, Eric Stoy, Matthew Jones, Ryan Bates, Ryan Peterson, Austin Hester, Jesse Calloway, and Devin Rowland rounding out our top 10. Zachary Stanton going to come out of the pits in position number 11 with Corey Budensick right there as well. Rounding out our top 12 as Shauna says, go Winker, hashtag Winker Nation. Let's go, Shauna. Absolutely coming in cheering on that number 42 ride. Bryce Boatwright coming in with that heart reaction as well, coming in showing the love over there on Facebook. Clifford Bellamy coming in with the like on the stream, and Bruce Muleberger coming in with the like as well. How are you, Bruce? How you doing? Hopefully you're having yourself a wonderful Tuesday. Right now, got to be feeling pretty good as one of your drivers out in front leading this field in a new looking ride, a very great looking car here for that number 42 ride of Kevin Winker as he continues to lead the way. Winker in that W Energy Muleberger Custom Homes number 42 machine. These guys all looking very, very fast, very deadly out there on the racetrack as Jenny says, let's go, Matt. Cheering on Matt out there on the racetrack, coming in showing the love over there on YouTube. If you guys haven't already over there on the red site, make sure you guys hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, jump up into the comments section. Let me know who you're cheering for and who you want to see down here in victory lane as we're going to get ready. Set these drivers back loose in just a few more moments. Just a few more moments. We're going to get these drivers lined up, stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here at the iRacing Super Speedway. Man, this is a wild racetrack. This is actually the first time I've seen this racetrack with my own eyes. It's not a real racetrack, I don't believe. I'm pretty sure it was a made-up one from iRacing, but it's absolutely insane. Go! Oh! 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 Let's go, baby! My boy Canuck Gamer coming in with the Prime sub over on Twitch as well. Coming in, dropping that Prime sub. Canuck Gamer, welcome to the Peacemaker family. Welcome to the Peacemaker Crew. Coming in, dropping that sub over there on Twitch. Absolutely insane, my dude. Absolutely insane. From one Canadian to another Canadian. That is a big A in my books right there. Is man, absolutely wild, and I appreciate you coming in, showing the love with dropping that subscription. Janelle coming in, showing the love, says let's go, number 469 Peterson. Ridge Power Sports, absolutely cheering on the Ridge Power Sports rides out there in that 469 ride, and Jonathan Herbert in that 87, as we're gonna get the field sacked up, racked up, and back to green flag racing as the green flag back out into the air here in this one. Kevin Winker quickly jumping up to the high side in front of his teammate Cody Stanton, is standing there in position number 2. They're looking to try to pull away from the rest of the field here as they're starting to get a little bit of a gap between themselves and Eric Stoy and William Fox right there behind them. The 25 ride of Matthew Jones looking to poke his nose right into the middle as they're going to go 4 wide there for position number 3. Unfortunately, William Fox, no help there on the bottom side, and he's going to slide back quite a ways here, almost outside of the top 10 as the 28 ride trying to roll back up onto the racetrack here. Luckily enough, everyone was able to avoid him. Was that the 28? That was definitely, no, it wasn't the 28. Who was that? It's the 38 ride of Michael Eckhart. That's who that was. Eckhart in the 28 ride have a very similar paint scheme from the rear, but maybe not too much. Man, some crazy racing action. A great little bit of 2 wide, 3 wide out here on the racetrack. You see Zachary Stanton trying to work himself up towards the front of the field. And the thing that really catches me off guard is these corner exits. I don't know if there's like a little hump there or something, or just the way that it converts from a super high angle to a little bit less of an angle, even on the entries. It just seems like these drivers are not really in control of these cars when they come out of the corners. There's a few times where it just seems like they're jumping in the air almost, and the suspension's gonna make them super loose, and getting a big push through that corner could definitely turn a car around in a quick hurry. Is out in front. Kevin Winker continues to lead the way. Cody Stanton right there in second. Eric Stoy in position number 3 as Matthew Jones and Jesse Calloway battle side by side for position number 4 on the racetrack. Here comes Devin Rowland as well in the 7 ride. Cody Stanton trying to jump up there and help his teammates out towards the front of the field as the 88 Ryan working himself up to the front of the pack here. He's got William Fox right there behind him. It's Matthew Jones still down the bottom side. It's Jesse Calloway's going to jump down there as well, looking to try to pick up that bottom lane and get something rolling here as Ambrose Kimball right there as well. And you see Corey Budensick back there in that 10th position as the 78 rider Dustin rolling to his outside. And here comes that 51 ride, another one of those Muehlberger custom homes machines of Joshua Moore, as Moore trying to work himself up and through the traffic here and trying to join his teammates up towards the front of the field. You see Ryan Peterson right there, as well as a lot of blue cars right there. That's the 1 rider Austin Hester, Joshua Whiskey, Andrew Hainsley back there, as well as I do believe a couple of those other drivers are down a lap. That was Steven Naylor in the 38 ride as well of Michael Eckhart are both down a lap out there. Ambrose Kimball also down a lap as well, so Kimball gonna need to try to get that lucky dog in the wave around to get back onto the lead lap. As you see Austin Johnson back in 19th, he's still on the lead lap. Unfortunately, he's lost this draft, as we're gonna see the caution flag fly here. Another big one, Jesse Calloway in there, the 1 ride Austin Hester getting right onto the binders to avoid it. You see the 34 ride all tore up. That 998 machine as well tore up in this one, as there's Corey Budensick. His car absolutely shredded to pieces as well. 2 damaged cars there, as We believe we'll take a look back and see what happens as caution flag at number 2 is going to fly. We'll take a look and see what happens here to Corey Budensick and that 34 machine. As looks like it might start with a little bit of 3 wide here. I do believe that is the 5 rider, Ryan Bass, right in the middle. Ooh, right there. I think a little bit of the 5 ride getting loose. And then getting a little contact there from the 34. Ambrose gets into the 34. The 5 ride gets up into the outside wall. Not super heavily, but unfortunately for a few others, nowhere for them to go as Ambrose, Kimball, nowhere to go, gets into the back of the 34, spins him sideways, and then shoots the 34 up the racetrack hard into the outside wall. The 28 ride getting a big hit there as well. That was Joshua Whiskey getting hard up into the outside fence as well. A couple of tore up race cars there in that one. As we'll play it back here and take another look as Ambrose Kimball really just had nowhere to go there after the contact, just trying to hang on to it, and there's nowhere for him to go. As we'll jump right on board here with that 04 machine and see what he sees from the cockpit. Yeah, there's nothing he can do. Then ties into the side of him and shoots off the racetrack. Luckily enough, really not too much damage there for Kimball, but can't say the same for Budensick here, as Budensick just nowhere to go. Hard into the 34, hard into that outside fence, and another pair of tore up race cars as we'll stack them up, rack them up, get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a little bit, as Kevin Winker out in front is going to be the driver down pit side here into that second pit stall. As you see Eric Stoy right there in front of him. That first pit stall, a lot of those Muehlberger Custom Homes rides right there, as well as the 42, the first car off pit lane. So he's going to hold on to the lead here. And then a bunch of these Muehlberger rides coming out almost all together. The only one breaking them up is the 7 ride of Devin Rowland, as he's going to come out in 4th. Cody Stanton in position number 5, as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a little bit. Woo, man, some wild racing action as the Canuck Gamer says, let's go. Number 469, Peterson cheering on that 469 ride as well. Joel Moore says, let's go. Joshua Moore cheering on the 51 ride. Brett Winker says, let's go. Winker, Winker Nation. Nicole says, go Winker, Winker Nation, as well as the whole Winker Nation tuning in, cheering on that number 42 ride. As right now, he's out in front, leading the way, showing these drivers how to get it done in this one. As, man, some great racing action throughout the evening already with these drivers, and they've been making this look a lot of fun out there on the racetrack. I may even have to hop in here one of these nights and get some laps in myself behind the wheel of one of these Xfinity rides on this racetrack, as this thing looks absolutely wild out there, man. This thing looks like a lot of fun and a ton of great racing action. So we may have to jump in there and mess around with it a little bit ourselves and see if we can try to figure something out, see if we can try to jump up there and make something happen to have some fun ourselves in this one, as we'll get these drivers lined back up and ready to go back to green flag racing. We'll have to see how these Muehlberger rides can try to form up with each other and try to get in line here, as I do believe one of them, unfortunately, deeper in the field here now, as not sure what's happened to Josh Moore, as Moore actually going to come back down pit side here. So tough break there for that 51 ride, but he's going to come down, get some extra fuel. Looks like he's going to get a full set of tires as well onto that 51 ride before coming back out onto the racetrack, but he's going to have to hurry up and try to catch up to the field as the lights are off the official iRacing pace truck, as you see Winker trying to jump up there and beat the pace car back around the racetrack. Unfortunately, that's not the race he has to worry about. He has to wait and race the rest of the drivers there on the racetrack, as we got them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go back to green flag racing here as they head down the backstretch. Yo, Ridge Power Sports 725 coming in, dropping that follow as well over on Twitch, coming in, showing the love, hitting that follow button, coming in, showing the love over on the purple site as well. As we are live on YouTube, we're live on Facebook, and live on YouTube Gaming right now. Make sure you guys go around, spread the love, show the love. Make sure you guys hop in, and you know, if you guys have that Prime sub, you can always send it to your boy. As if you have Amazon Prime, you do get a free sub or gifted sub over there on Twitch. And right now, it is cheap month over there for subs. It is September over there on Twitch as we got them stacked up, racked up, and back to Green Flag Racing. My boy Black Phoenix coming in, showing the love. What's good, Black Phoenix? Black Phoenix coming in, smashing that like on the stream. How are you, brother? As we are back to Green Flag Racing here in this one. Quickly. That 42 ride out in front has a pair of his teammates right there behind him. It's the Muleburger Custom Homes rides have lined up together, and they are looking to try to run away with this one and keep all these other drivers at bay. As, man, this has been some wild racing action here this evening. We saw a lot of big wrecks early on in the evening. In a couple of our heat races, we saw a lot of drivers have some issues. This one's been a little bit more calm. These drivers have been pretty easy together, as we're going to quickly jump into the PeaceMaker Gaming Crank It Up. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, make sure you do hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the follow button, as we're going to crank it up here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Gonna come back in here. Driver still bombing around the racetrack, with that caution flag gonna come back out for the third time here this evening, as we'll take a look back and see what happens as we get a bunch of more drivers tied up in this one for our third caution flag on the day. As you see that 78 ride turned around there, unfortunately blinking just a little bit here for Dustin Rowland, but we'll play it back and see what we can see here. As it's up on the high side, looks like the rear end just kicks out and around, nowhere to go there for William Fox, and then a couple drivers getting tied up there on the high side. Is upside down onto his lid goes that 78 ride. Stephen Naylor hard up into the outside fence. The 24 ride of Andrew Hainsley, the 5 ride of Ryan Based in there. Ryan Peterson collected as well. As, man, some tore up race cars is down on the bottom side of the racetrack. You saw Joshua Moore up on the high side, but who was that shooting across the high side here? We saw a couple more drivers getting tied up in this one, as the 38, nowhere to go. He's going to get hooked there by the 51, trying to avoid the 78. Nowhere to go here for the 5 ride. The 87 collected in that as well. Doesn't look like too much damage there on Peterson or the 87 ride. The 17 car absolutely tore apart, though. So a tough break here for Frank Ranger Jr., as Frank's going to get some pretty heavy damage, as I think he starts to see this happen, tries to cut down the racetrack. Unfortunately, hits that inside, and then so doesn't the 24 ride. He gets into it. Oh, Stephen Naylor hard into that 17, as some big hits here in this one. These drivers just definitely not having the fun they would want to have out there on the racetrack, as we'll jump right on board here with this 17 ride of Frank Ranger. That's almost enough spins to make you want to throw up, ladies and gentlemen. Wowzers, that's a bit of a wild one. As we'll jump right on board here as well with the 78 ride of Roland and see what we can see here from this 78 ride as we'll jump right onto the far chase. Oh, baby. There was a ton of big hits right there. That was a lot of carnage and a lot of tore-up race cars. And what could be the big one on the evening as these guys got all sorts of tore up out there on the racetrack. So we'll get ready to stack this field back up and get ready to go back to green flag racing as out in front, Kevin Winker continues to lead the way. Cody Stanton there in second. In position number 3, it's Zachary Staton, and Staton there in position number 3 as the Staton brothers lined right up with their teammate Kevin Winker out in front. Devin Rowland there in position number 2 with Austin Johnson. There in position number 5 on the racetrack. Eric Stoy there in 6. Matthew Jones, Ryan Peterson, Corey Budensick, Ryan Bass rounding out our top 10. Then you see Ambrose Kimball. And then William Fox rounding out our top 12 on the racetrack as we'll get ready to stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing as the sun starting to set here a little bit and some more shade starting to pop onto the racetrack, which could make it a little bit more difficult for these drivers as we get ready to stack them up, rack them up, and back to green flag racing. Alrighty, as we got them stacked up, racked up, and ready to go. Green flag racing here once again from the iRacing Super Speedway. So we get these drivers all lined up and ready to go. We're going to get ready to set them back loose. We're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing and see if we get more carnage or if they can keep it together here to finish off this evening as, man, we've seen some wild wrecks already and some drivers slowly but surely losing it here on the racetrack. See Jesse Callaway still down pit side. So was in the 5 ride of Stephen Naylor. Andrew Hainsley down there pit side. Frank Ranger down there getting some work done to his car. Joshua Moore off the track altogether down pit side. You see Michael Eckhart down there getting some work done. You do see Austin Hester back out there. Same with Jonathan Herbert. Joshua Whiskey off the track. And so isn't that number 69 of Gregory Turner as we'll get ready to stack them up here. We are back to green flag racing. A lot of drivers already eliminated. So we'll jump back into our PeaceMaker Gaming, crank it up. So crank up that volume and cheer these drivers on here in this one. Another caution flag as the crank it up curse continues. The crank it up. Curse continuing here as Dustin Rowland, Eric Stoy, and a few other drivers getting time together there in corner number 2, as we'll take a look and see what brings out caution flag number 4, as this one came out quickly, and unfortunately a few more drivers getting collected, as I do believe Dustin Rowland, one of those drivers. I did see Eric Stoy in there, that 998 ride, getting a piece of it, as well as looks like, we'll take a little look here. Johnson down low, gets a little loose, washes up the racetrack over the nose of the 4 ride of Eric Stoy. Stoy gets into the side of the 98 ride of Corey Budensick, and then nowhere to go here for Ryan Peterson as he gets into the back end of both of these cars. They get pinched together up there on the high side of the racetrack. As they're all coming together, we saw some more carnage right there in front of them, as well as we already see car down pit side, that car down pit side. There's Dustin Rowland, who's going to get up into the outside fence here, trying to avoid the carnage there, but a tough break for a few more cars out here on the racetrack. Is just nowhere to go, just trying to hang on to it, as we'll get another look at this one and see just how quickly this happened. So a bunch of damage there for a few more of our competitors as they get into it. A lot of contact, a lot of damage, and a couple tore up race cars there, as unfortunately for Eric Stoy, Ryan Peterson, Corey Budensick, they all come together and get some pretty heavy damage. They're all down pit side now, looking to try to get some repairs done to their cars. Ryan Peterson down there already as well, getting some repairs still done to his car, and you see a bunch of other ones still down there pit side, getting some service. See Jesse Calloway down there. Looks like that car's starting to come together again. And you see the 5 ride of Stephen Naylor, Andrew Hainsley down there pit side. You see Austin Hester back down there getting some more work done to his car. You see Frank Ranger Jr. continuing to get service on his machine. Michael Eckhart there as well in the 21. Jonathan Herbert down there getting some work onto his car. 28 ride of Joshua Whiskey off the track. So isn't Joshua Moore, and a few more of our competitors already calling it an evening here. Some pretty tore up race cars as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments. Alrighty, as we are back to green flag racing. A great restart once again out of that 42 ride of Kevin Winker as Winker continues to lead the way. Zachary Sneed right there behind him in position number 2. You see Cody Staten there into third now, trying to help push his brother and his teammate in the 42 ride right there, as well as you see Ambrose Kimball working the bottom side of the racetrack. He's looking to try to jump up here and take this lead away. Unfortunately, not a lot of help down low here for pushing partners as he's going to slide back. The 7 ride going to jump up to his outside. Here comes the 34 ride as well, going to leave that 0-4 down the bottom side. No friends out there towards the front of the field, and he's going to fall all the way back into position number 6 as luckily enough, a few of those drivers there to his outside are a lap down or 2 and not in contention here as of right now. They could get some wave arounds and everything else, but unfortunately, Eric Stoy is one of those cars that is a lap down out there on the racetrack. But Kevin Winker, who's been out in front for a lot of laps here, a lot of laps at this 42 ride, has been leading the field. Zachary Staten right there behind him. So isn't Cody Staten, his teammate, the Muleburger number 15 ride is 1, 2, and 3 right now for the Muleburger machines. They would love to finish that way, but they got a lot of hungry drivers right there behind them. The 25 ride of Matthew Jones in position number 4 with the 7 ride of Devin Rowland there to his inside. Ambrose Kimball trying to work himself back up there as well as the 7 machine of Devin Rowland trying to work that inside with the lap down 34 machine of Jesse Calloway. Calloway back in the 13th position, a lap down, trying to work himself back up towards the front of the field as Matthew Jones right there in 6. Eric Stoy, unfortunately, the first car 1 lap down in that number 4 machine as he's in the 11th position, a lap down out there on the racetrack. Austin Johnson back there in 7th position. Ryan Bass back there in position number 8. William Fox there in 9th. Josh Freed in position number 10. Starting to lose touch with that main pack here for any drafting help out there on the racetrack as Connor Budensick out there once again. Unfortunately, he's quite a ways back there. Dustin Rowland still down pit side. Ryan Peterson down pit side. Austin Hester back out onto the racetrack. Jonathan Herbert back out onto the racetrack as well in the 87 machine. Stephen Naylor still down pit side. Andrew Hainsley, Frank Ranger Jr., Michael Eckhart, Joshua Whiskey, Joshua Moore all parked down pit side with some heavy damage to all those drivers. As out in front, we get a new race leader here. Out in front, Devin Rowland's going to jump up and take this lead away. So we got a new race leader as Devin Rowland takes that top spot away here. Now here comes the 34 ride, looking to try to get one of his laps back. So isn't Eric Stoy. The 25 ride, though, with some good help right there on that bottom lane. Getting some extra drafting work as the 25 ride of Matthew Jones is going to jump up and take that lead away here. He's got Ambrose Kimball right there behind him, but he's going to get tight and watch up the racetrack. Now he's going to leave that bottom side open here. It's the 0-4 ride of Ambrose Kimball is going to jump up and take this lead away. So Kimball now out in front. Devin Rowland right there in second. Here comes William Fox looking to try to jump up into the top spot here. As our top 3 now getting a little bit of a distance between themselves and that 4th place driver, Matthew Jones, on the racetrack. My boy Andrew Hainsley says 2 out of 3 of the Hainsley Motorsports is out of the race. Let's go number 25. Well, the 25 ride is looking very racy here this evening. Looks like he's set himself up for possibly a very good finish and maybe a checkered flag for that 25 ride as well, as he's looking very fast out there on the racetrack. My boy John Fowler coming in with the like on the stream. JB Racing coming in with that like as well. My boy John coming in with that double like on the platform as coming in showing the love. If you guys haven't already, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow button, as we're going to get ready to see these drivers duke it out right down to the very end of this one, right down to the finish line as Ambrose Kimball out in front here. He's not leading this pack. It's the 34 ride and that 4 machine. Eric Stoy and Jesse Calloway trying to unlap themselves here on the racetrack, trying to do it out here. If they can get a caution flag, they could get a wave around and be back back onto the lead lap, or one less lap down, as the 25 machine going to head down pit side here. Matthew Jones down pit side. You see Zachary Staten down there as well, just coming off pit lane. Cody Staten as well. Kevin Winker down pit side. So some green flag pit stops happening here. The 7 rider Devin rolling out onto the racetrack as well. Ryan Bass slow on the track there in the 6th position on the racetrack, as Matthew Jones just about to roll into his pit stall and try to get some extra fuel or tires or anything else he needs onto that number 25 ride before he rolls back out there. Is out in front. It's Ambrose Kimball leading the way here. Kimball out in front as William Fox in position number 2. Now it's Austin Johnson up into position number 3. Josh Freed back there in position number 4 and looking for more. Ryan Bass out there in position number 5 in that 5 ride. But it's Ambrose Kimball out in front leading this race late in the evening, as he's looking to maybe try to pick up this checkered flag. Not sure if they can make it without making a green flag pit stop, but we're bound to find out here in just a little bit, as the caution flag is going to fly. The caution flag gonna come out. Not what our race leaders wanted to see, but possibly what they really wanted for the 2 cars in front of them, as I do believe that is going to put Eric Stoy back onto the lead lap here. And it's gonna also give a lap back to Jesse Calloway. So these drivers staying with it, not giving up, staying out in front of our race leaders and leading that pack. To give them a extra lap back without waiting for that lucky dog or anything else, as Ambrose Kimball out in front leading this race. Is the caution flag going to come out? We're going to take a look and see what happens here, as I'm not sure. So yeah, I think it was back a little bit farther here. By the looks of it, it was possibly the 25 ride of Matthew Jones. He's coming off a pit lane and just going to loop that car around. Is that fabulous Hudson number 25 ride going to go around and into the infield and stopped on the racetrack, and that's what we're going to get our caution flag for. The tough break there for the 25 ride, having himself a great run, but that caution flag may have stuck him a lap down. We'll wait and see. He may be able to get that wave around and back onto the lead lap, as we'll stack them up, rack them up, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here in just a few more moments.
When you need that, I'ma let you have it. like this.
Falling out in a drought, no flow rain was pouring down. See that thing was going right. See my mom was kinda lounge. Didn't know which way to turn. Flow was cool, but I still felt burned. Energy up, you can feel my surge. I'm killing
Every day like this.
what you know about. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in what you know about rolling down in the deep. When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in what you know about rolling down in the deep. When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in what you know about rolling down in the deep. When your brain goes numb, you can call that mental freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut in the ocean.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to go back to green flag racing here with 4 more laps left to go. I do believe once they cross the start-finish line, I could be lying. There it is, 4 more laps left to go here in this one as the green flag back out into the air for the HCK Beagles Super Speedway Series live with the Xfinity cars here at iRacing Super Speedway in a bit of a wild one as William Fox out in front. Fox leading the way here. He's got Austin Johnson right there behind him, but they're stacked up there on the high side. A few of the drivers have pitted, unfortunately, with a lap down. That includes the 42 ride of Kevin Winker, Cody Staten, Zachary Staten, Matthew Jones, Corey Budensick, all down a lap here as they're looking to try to jump up and put themselves back onto the lead lap. As out in front, it's Ambrose Kimball leading the way. The 4 ride of Eric Stoy right there behind him, but here comes those Muleburger rides looking to unlap themselves here on the high side of the racetrack. Unfortunately for them, they are going to need a caution flag if they want to get the wave around and be back with that lead pack to give themselves an opportunity of picking up the checkered flag. As right now, they are scored in the 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th position on the racetrack. Is our race leader right there behind them is that 7 rider, Devin Rowland. He would love to jump up here and pass them all once again and keep them back behind him, as he knows that they are kind of in a tough spot if they are a lap down, maybe taking them out of contention of trying to win this race, as he's trying to get some help down low here as Ambrose Kimball there in position number 4 now on the racetrack, as here comes Austin Johnson and William Fox up on the high side. Austin Johnson up in the second here in that Gatorade number 12 ride, looking to try to jump up and take this lead away late in the race here from that 7 ride, but he's got a few more drivers to deal with up there, but he's trying to get that good draft up on the high side with a lot of cars up there. The 7 ride, unfortunately, going to fall off a little bit here in the middle of the racetrack, and he's going to slide all the way back to 3rd as we get a new race leader. It's Austin Johnson out in front as Johnson leads the way down out of corner number 4, and we're going to head back across the start-finish line, and I do believe this time by we are going to see that white flag fly. So one more time around here for Austin Johnson to pick up the checkered flag, starting to put a little bit of a gap between himself and that 761 of William Fox. Fox in position number 2 as Eric Stoy right there in 3rd, as Johnson looking for a big run, but here comes William Fox trying to chase him down on the backstretch. Fox right there trying to roll up to him, but he's got some hard luck here himself, as here comes that number 4 looking to the inside as William Fox side by side here for position number 2. Eric Stoy looking for a big shove. Here comes Devin Rowland. They're 3 wide, almost 4 wide. Drag racing back to the start finish line. It's Austin Johnson picking up the checkered flag here in this one. Austin Johnson gonna park it down in victory lane. Ladies and gentlemen, what a finish to a wild evening of racing action. And Austin Johnson is our winner here on the evening. Eric Stoy coming home in second, and William Fox there in position number 3. Ambrose Kimball, Devin Rowland rounding out our top 5. Joshua Freed in 6. Cody Staten, Kevin Winker, Zachary Staten, Matthew Jones rounding out our top 10. What a wild finish, and a huge congratulations to our race winner, Austin Johnson, as he's going to get ready to burn down the house here on the front stretch, as he's going to roll off to the start-finish line here at the iRacing Super Speedway start-finish line, and he's going to get ready to burn down the house here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, if you haven't already, if you enjoyed that racing action, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit that follow or subscribe button, as holy moly, that was a good one. Austin Johnson burning it down here in that Gatorade number 12 machine, parking it down here in victory lane. Bryce Boatwright says, let's go interview the people's champion. The people's champ says Garrett Sears. Let's go, says Nathan White. Let's go, baby. Jacob Carter says, let's go as well, as we're going to get ready to pull in our race winner up here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. What a run and what a drive. My boy Ryan Peterson says, my night might be over, but at least I can come enjoy the broadcast. Absolutely, my boy. Some tough luck out there on the racetrack, but at least you get to jump up here and watch some of your fellow competitors duke it out here on PeaceMaker Gaming. Matt Jones says, fresh tires just pushed her a little hard. Pushed her a little hard. Hey, it happens, brother. It happens, Matty. It happens. That lap down battle at the end was legit. Yeah, the lap down battle at the end was very exciting as well. Unfortunately for, all the Muhlenberger rides there, as we saw, Cody Stanton, Zachary Stanton, and Kevin Winker, Matthew Jones himself, yourself, Matt, all in that battle there, trying to stay on the lead lap, hoping for a caution flag back behind you guys to get that drive back around the field and back into contention for the win here this evening. Unfortunately, just not enough time and not enough luck there for that next caution flag to get yourselves back unlapped and back onto that lead lap. But man, what a run and what a drive, what a finish right there, as we're going to pull in that number 12 machine of Austin Johnson up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. See if we can find him here. We need everyone to jump in there, but let's see. Okay, there we go. There is Austin Johnson. We're going to pull Austin up into the broadcast booth right now. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up here for our race winner, Austin Johnson, as he picks up the checkered flag and he parks it down here in victory lane. We're going to pull Austin in for his post-race interview. Hey, Austin, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
I got you.
Austin, my boy, what a run, what a drive. Take us back through those final few laps as you're duking it out there with so many great, talented drivers and a little bit of a mixed-up field there. A lot of drivers down a lap trying to, lead the pack and get that little bit of a wave around back to join you guys if the caution flag came out. Kind of looked like you held on to the rear tail of the lap down cars and followed them right to the front of the field and stayed right there and kind of separated yourself a little bit from the rest of the pack. But down through corner 3 and 4, they caught back up to you, and they made it very exciting as you guys were almost 3-4 wide across the start-finish line for the checkered flag. But you were able to pull away just in those final few feet and pick up that checkered flag here this evening.
Yeah, well, all night I couldn't really run the bottom. Every time I'd try to get on the bottom, I lost it one time in a heat race on the bottom, and then I caused a wreck early on in the race in the bottom. I just couldn't. Car got loose and the back end would try to come out. So I knew as soon as I could after that last restart, I was going to get on the high side and try to get up there. And then when we got up there, that line was really moving forward, and I could tell that nobody could get anything done on the bottom. So I decided I was going to sell out on the top and just stick right on the back end of the Team America guys up there that was pushing pretty strong. And I felt like no one could pass us on the inside. As long as they stayed high, I was going to stay high, and it just worked out for us.
Absolutely, it worked out perfectly for you as you park it down here in Victory Lane at the iRacing Super Speedway, man. You know, let us know, you know, the emotions and everything else you're dealing with right now after having such a big win with so many great, talented drivers into the field, knowing you have a lot of friends and family up in the broadcast booth watching you duke it out there on the racetrack, and being able to park it down here in Victory Lane and getting the one up on all these other drivers is gonna feel pretty dang good.
Yeah, it's been a good start to this season. I've only run in 3 of the 4 races, and I've been able to win 2 of those, and so I feel pretty good about that. And I got a big bunch of fans that's been following us on our feed, and I appreciate all the support that they give us, and just thank you to my partner that kind of runs this league, HCK Beagles, and thanks for the guys to come out and race, and we'll go after it again next Tuesday night and see if we can't make it a 3rd out of 4.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to seeing you back out there on the racetrack, Austin. Congratulations on a big win and a great drive out there on the racetrack. And hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe back down in Victory Lane next Tuesday.
All right, thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give it up there for our race winner, Austin Johnson. It's Austin picking up the checkered flag, parking it down here in Victory Lane. What a run and what a drive for that 12 machine, as we're going to get ready to pull in our 2nd place finisher. He was another one of these drivers that was down a lap, had to work himself to the front of the field to get that little bit of a wave around as the caution flag came out while he was out in front of our race leaders, was able to circle back around and join the tail end of the field. Luckily enough, there wasn't a whole lot of cars there. He was able to quickly work up towards the front of the field here and come home with a very, very close 2nd place finish, as we're going to get ready to pull Eric Stoy up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. See if I can find Eric here. I don't see Eric. Where is Mr. Stoy? All right. Well, I may have lied, ladies and gentlemen. I think Eric has already left the building here in the chat, so I don't see him. I don't see him up there. I don't see him in any of the other Discords. I think Stoy's already taken off, so unfortunately we won't be hearing from our 2nd place finisher. Let's see if William Fox is in here as well. I do see William Fox in there, so we're going to pull in our 3rd place finisher, the 761 rider, William Fox, up into the broadcast booth if Fox comes home in position number 3 here this evening. Hey, William, it's Aaron up here in the PeaceMaker broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Hey, copy.
William, my boy, what a run, what a drive, man, as you're able to jump up and park that 761 ride on the podium after what was another crazy, crazy race. We saw a lot of carnage, a lot of contact out there. You're able to keep it pretty clean and pretty straight out there on the racetrack, getting a little bit of extra help with some pit strategy and some of the other drivers getting a lap down there, and really opening it up for you to be able to try to jump up and take this win away from Austin Johnson and Eric Stoy. Unfortunately, they were able to just pull away from you there through corner 3 and 4 and you know, keep you at bay out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, I was in a little bit of heat for being a little aggressive the first few races. I saw Eric coming. I maybe could have gone down and tried to block him and catch a bump, but I figured that top 3, I'll certainly take that as far as points. That was a really tough track with some real fast cars.
Absolutely, this racetrack looked very, very tough, looked very uneasy in these cars on corner exit from what I could see. This is the first time I've seen this racetrack, so it was a big learning experience for myself, and seeing you guys work around the racetrack. Looked like it was a handful out there with, you know, corner exit and even corner entry with these big high banks, and the conversion going from the straightaways to those corners looked pretty wild.
Yeah, it certainly wasn't easy, and making sure that you took tires whenever you could was certainly important to keep the car straight going around those turns.
Absolutely, but nonetheless, William, you're able to park at home in position number 3 and on the podium. Who would you like to thank for such a great run and strong performance out there on the racetrack?
Oh man, my buddy Ryan Based. He's just been awesome mentor to the entire racing community and scene, and has really showed me the ropes. He's been awesome. BB and OSM, always got to thank them. They're a bunch of great guys and girl, Michaela. But yeah, and the admins for putting on a great race.
Absolutely. Well, William, congratulations again on the 3rd place finish. Hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next Tuesday, maybe a couple spots better and up in victory lane yourself.
I sure hope so.
Beauty, William. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday.
Thank you. You as well. Bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, William Fox. Is William coming home here in position number 3. My boy Ryan coming in showing the love. What's good, Ryan? How are you, my boy? Says, yo, what's good, brother? How are you, my boy? Coming in showing the love. What you doing? What you up to? You playing a little Fortnite? What you up to? What you doing, brother? What you doing? I'd be maybe interested in playing a little Fortnite after this, you know. I might be interested in doing a little bit of that. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank y'all for tuning in, coming in, showing all the love with the likes and shares and comments and, you know, any of the star donators, all the subscribers over on YouTube and all the subscribers with the Prime subs over there on Twitch. Huge shout out once again to Canuck Gamer and Miss Spasmodic coming in, dropping those Prime subs over on Twitch as well, coming in, showing all the love and, you know, all the new followers and everything else. I appreciate y'all. Another amazing race, another wild one here, as these super speedways always seem to be pretty crazy out there, and man, it was a lot of fun, and glad to have each and every one of you up in the broadcast booth, all the fans in the stands cheering these drivers on, as it made for another wild event. I don't know what to play today. You know you want to play some Fortnite, okay? You know you want to play some Fortnite. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for tuning in. Absolutely amazing stream, and I'll catch you guys all back here tomorrow evening. We're going to actually be back on the pavement tomorrow as well. We're going to have the SK Modifieds back in action, I do believe, for their final race of the season. So the final race of the year for the SK Modifieds with the Outcast Racing League. So it's going to be a lot of fun with that one. We're going to have a good time as we double check and make sure that that's what we got going on. Schedule, let me look at this. Tomorrow is September 27th. Yes, it is the SK Modifieds at South Boston, so a big race there. And then later on in the evening, we're going to have another broadcast as well, as we're going to be jumping back in with the Dirt Street Stocks tomorrow evening as well. So a couple big streams, a couple big days of racing action. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. I'll see you guys all back here tomorrow. Peace out, baby. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a race. What a show, baby. Oh, that was beautiful.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? When your brain goes numb, you can go there and freeze. When these people talk too much, put that shit in slow motion. Yeah, I feel like an astronaut.
Tiny liquor bottles, just what you'd expect inside her new